Alright guys, what is going on? My name is Tubby. Daniel Bryan's neck surgery, being out as champion for a while. We don't know the definitive timeline yet, but I wanted to talk about it. People have been asking my thoughts on it. And, you know, somebody asked, Tubby, do you think Daniel Bryan should be stripped of the title? Now, I'm going to say something that may piss some people off, but I think, you know, with them carrying on the storyline with Stephanie McMahon, I think it would make sense to strip the title from Daniel Bryan. But I think it's very encouraging the fact that going into his surgery, they didn't plan on stripping him, and they were going to let him, for the most part, keep the title. Because I don't think, you know, they said it was a minimally invasive surgery. It wasn't as, you know, bad as, say, like an edge neck injury or something like that where he could potentially be out a long time. This is more of a nagging injury, something that he was going to get taken care of. And it makes me very optimistic and excited that he's not going to be out too long. Now, the timeline that I've heard some people throw around is 6 to 8 weeks, possibly by the Payback pay-per-view or a couple weeks after. Now, with WWE, I don't think they're missing anything. You know, Kane rematch and, you know, Daniel Bryan, I don't think they're missing anything by taking the title off Daniel. If he'll be back before the next pay-per-view, after Payback, which I think is, what, Money in the Bank, I don't think it makes any sense to strip Daniel Bryan of the title because, let's be honest, a Kane match isn't something I'm really interested in the first place. So, you know, I'm perfectly fine with them going without a title match for a month. Now, there's been some crazy speculation. I think I saw Sean's View talk about a draft. I've seen some other people say they should strip it and have a tournament for it. I think I would be okay with that. There was some talks about like an interim champion, and I heard somebody say that, and I was like, WWE doesn't do interim champions. Although I think that would be pretty sweet, honestly, to have an interim champion like Punk just comes back, and there it goes with the Punk thing. Congratulations to Punk by getting married, though, next month to AJ Lee, though. That's awesome. You know, with Daniel Bryan, my honest opinion on this is this. If Daniel Bryan is only going to be missing Payback, if the timeline for him is, you know, shortly a couple weeks after Payback, before the next pay-per-view, I'm all for it, and I think Daniel Bryan should retain the title. Any longer than that, and some people are going to throw out the 30-day title thing, and just look at Dean Ambrose. I mean, come on, do you think WWE actually follows that? It's their company. They could just, you know, make bullshit up. I mean, all they technically have to do is announce a championship match and then have somebody, you know, fuck it up. So that whole thing, that argument that I heard somebody throw out, guys, don't worry about that. It's also kayfabe and wrestling's fake. What? Wrestling's not fake. It's scripted. I think the crazy thing here for me is with Daniel Bryan's injury, you almost have to wonder if it's going to be a little worse, though. I mean, what happens if he is out longer? And, you know, some people speculated the diving headbutt had contributed to that, and it's just his wrestling style. And I like the fact that they brought it up on TV that it's his wrestling style. The fact that he goes all out for the fans, and that's what kind of caused the injury. And I like that because Daniel Bryan really is that guy that puts his body on the line, goes out there, you know, he's got that mind mentality like CM Punk where he goes out and puts the absolute best show he can, and when he's not able to put a show on anymore, I think Daniel Bryan, similar to CM Punk, may call it quits or, you know, hang it up. But Daniel Bryan's still got a long time to go. And honestly, I think Daniel's just like, so we have this storyline with Kane going, I have a neck injury that I need to get fixed. He just gets up, he's like, I know that I'm supposed to be facing Kane, but I'd prefer to get surgery on my neck. You know, like I said, my honest opinion, guys, and you guys can, you know, voice your opinion however you think. I think Daniel Bryan, it'd be in his best interest to come out, and if he's going to be back before the next pay-per-view, keep the title on him. If not, go ahead, strip him of the title, and it would fit into the Authority storyline. It really would. I don't know, you know, Stephanie McMahon is kind of taking the lead role because of the fact that the Evolution is going with the Shield, and I like that. I think it's a very unique, I don't want to say storyline because there's really nothing unique about it. As much as I kind of hate to contrive Stephanie McMahon, I like to see Stephanie more in power, and I like to see her gaining a little bit of control. So I think Daniel Bryan comes out. I think he gets stripped of the title if he's not going to be back before the next pay-per-view. But if he is, let him keep the title because we're not going to miss Kane versus Daniel Bryan Part 2 anyway. And I think that's what's best for business, in my honest opinion. I think Daniel Bryan's got to come out, hit that big running knee on Kane, shut him up, retain the title, leave. And that's how things are going to go down, guys. My name is Tubby. Thank you very much for watching. And what the hell? Kane kicks out of a big running knee. That must mean there's more to talk about, Tubby. What are you thinking about? I think, this would be kind of cool. And now this is one thing that I wanted to bring up. That somebody had speculated to me, what if they give the title to Kane? Kane has put in a long, tenure with the WWE. Kane's one last run. I would be okay with that. I think that's the one thing I would be okay with. As much as I don't like the Monster Kane, I still prefer him kind of in tag teams as of late. I think if they were to give Kane one last run for like a month or so as champion, to be that guy after everything this man has done for the company, I would be okay with that, and that would be something to me I think Glenn Jacobs has earned. Just like Mark Henry. I think Mark Henry deserves one shot at a title reign. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be a very successful title reign, but if they keep storylines going without the titles, the Shield, Evolution, Jack Swagger and, Antonio Cesaro, things that make you draw in, if they get good storylines, I think they can have that absentee title match, especially like John Cena and Bray Wyatt. They could get away with not having a title match and, giving a title reign to somebody else. And I think that would work in their favor. So, Daniel Bryan, like I said, if he's going to be gone more than a month or two, strip the title, give it to somebody who needs it. If not, let Daniel retain it, guys. Until next time, my name is Tubby, and thank you for watching. We'll see you all later.